Good morning. I am Kevin Price. Delighted to be with you here on this Friday, talking to you about you and your business. It should not be a surprise. We have a lot to cover on today's program. As always, I like to jump right straight into it with my good friend Paul Carroll with Efficient Wealth Management. I consider him, he's an incredibly creative thought leader when it comes to the financial services field and helping people plan their goals and prepare for their futures. And we're delighted to have him as a regular contributor on The Price of Business. Paul, as always, welcome to the program.
Kevin, you're too kind. Thank you so much.
You bet. Tell us a little bit more about Efficient Wealth Management. By the way, that's efficientwealthmanagement.com. And then introduce your guest for us today. Looks like a good one.
Well, good morning. Yes, Efficient Wealth Management is a boutique wealth management firm based here in the Woodlands, Texas. And using a consultative approach and working with a team of experts, we help our clients protect their wealth, mitigate their taxes, take care of their heirs, protect their assets from being unjustly taken, and maximize the impact of any charitable giving if that's important to them. Today we're introducing Mike Newport. He's the owner of Newport Land Services. And Mike, thanks for joining us today. Tell us a little bit about your firm.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, glad to have you on.
We are land services, and what we do is we contract out land work to various companies. For instance, ConocoPhillips, Anadarko, and companies that want to go and put together projects domestically. And they would call on us, and I will send the broker landmen to the courthouse where the property is located to run title to determine the mineral owner. And once that's determined, we will then make contacts to obtain an oil and gas lease. And we will, in turn, put these leases together, allowing them to then go out there and drill.
Very good. By the way, what's your website, real quick?
The website is www.newportlandservices.com.
Go ahead with your next question, Paul.
Great. So let me see, Mike. What you guys do is essentially so that oil companies or energy companies can get at those resources. You find out who owns the mineral rights, be they farmers, landowners, or whatever, and research that and help secure those rights. Is that correct?
That's correct. They could potentially be located on the property, or they could be in New York City. The mineral owner is the dominant estate over the surface owner. So therefore, you have to determine who the mineral owner is.
By the way, how old is your company?
My company's been around about doing this about 15 years now.
Very good. Paul, your next question?
Well, okay, and don't shoot me for asking this, Mike, but I got to. Matt Damon was in this movie in, what was it, The Promised Land?
Yes.
I thought, okay, come on. But what was your take on that movie?
It was Hollywood. That's not, I don't see that happening. And like I said, it was just strictly a Hollywood script.
Yeah, it was kind of an interesting storyline, ridiculous here and there, and factually, really quite a few errors that became evident. I think you summed it up nicely with that one word, Hollywood.
Yes.
Very good. Paul?
Yeah, I think before that came out, there was probably a lot of people outside of the energy industry never heard of a landman before, had any idea what they were doing. Going forward, Mike, how do you see this playing out? I mean, it appears that an awful lot of these mineral rights have also already been locked down. How does business look for the next 5-10 years?
Well, what we've seen, about 7 years ago, we had the shale gas play. They perfected fracking, and the gas price was $10 to $12 an MCF, and there was a lot of activity. Most of our leasing was for the gas plays. And then from this fracking technique, we discovered so much gas that the price of this natural gas came down to where it was not economical to drill and frack these wells. So the price of oil climbed over $100 a barrel, and it was economical. So the focus shifted to the shale plays for oil. And initially, 7 or 8 years ago, we were leasing the gas shale plays, and typically you'll take a 3-year lease, in some cases a 5-year lease. And from that, we moved on over into the oil shale plays. And same thing, we were taking, it's probably been 3 to 4 years ago when we moved over to these oil shale plays. And we were taking a 3-year lease and sometimes an option to extend the lease for another 2 years. So I think we've been going on almost 3 years now when we started these oil shale plays, and tremendous amounts of acreage have been acquired. And most of it is leased up, as you say. And I think we're going to see these leases, if they haven't been drilled and held by production, these leases will expire, and there'll be another run through here taking more leases.
I'm fixing to have to wrap it up. I do want to mention one more time the website for Newport. It's newportlandservices.com. Paul, a final thought before I let you go. By the way, Paul's at efficientwealthmanagement.com.
No, I think this is an interesting topic. People never heard of Landman. Of course, if we start exporting natural gas, that may change the essentially almost free nature, and of course this business will hit a new run on new leases. It's been very exciting talking to you, Mike. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Right, yes, thanks for having me.
Gentlemen, great topic. Thanks so much. People, I don't think they understand the nuances and various things involved in the promotion of energy, and I appreciate you bringing that information to us. I'm Kevin Price. When we come back, much more for you here on The Price of Business. Do want to remind you, best content here shows up over there at usdailyreview.com. You're listening to The Price of Business.